What's going on, guys? Ryan O'Toole back here again, giving you guys another movie review. If you guys are new here, feel free to click that subscribe button and that bell notification icon for more reviews, reactions, rankings, and more movie content. Today's review is going to be for a prequel to a well-beloved spy series, the Kingsman series. Now we're finally talking about The Kingsman. The prequel to the Kingsman series, directed by Matthew Vaughn, and it stars Ralph Fiennes, Djimon Hounsou, Charles Dance, Daniel Bruhl, and Rhys Ifans. In the early years of the 20th century, the Kingsman Agency is formed to stand against a cabal plotting a war to wipe out millions. This was probably the most delayed movie in the pandemic era, and I was very interested to see what a prequel would look like for the Kingsman series. I think the first one is one of the most surprising films I've ever seen in my entire life. I remember seeing that movie in theaters and just being absolutely blown away by Kingsman: The Secret Service. Then The Golden Circle, not so much. That was probably one of the worst sequels I've ever seen. I was not a fan of The Golden Circle. And so going into the prequel, I was very excited. I really wanted to see a prequel for the Kingsman series. So what did I think of The Kingsman? Is this movie a banger, or is it a really big slop of a mess? This movie, it's fine. Would I call it terrible? No. Would I call it great? No. It's fine. I enjoyed some parts, didn't like a lot of parts. Just like with all the Kingsman movies, I just love the shaky cam action. The way he shoots the action in the Kingsman movies, I think, is great. And it's no different here for the Kingsman. I mean, the action is really well done in here. There isn't a lot of action like the other Kingsman movies, but whenever there is action, it's really entertaining to watch. And Ralph Fiennes is a perfect fit to throw into a Kingsman movie. He adds a lot of wit, charisma, and likability as this father figure who is helping his son become the man he wants to be. And he has a pretty rough backstory if you watch the movie. And Ralph Fiennes does a really good job in here. Other supporting characters, well, only one supporting character I'd say I really like in here. Now, I'm going to say this. I think Djimon Hounsou is one of the more underrated actors working today. Watch Blood Diamond. If you have not seen Blood Diamond, seriously watch that movie. I think he's incredible in that film. But Djimon Hounsou's such a badass in here, and I just loved his character. He was pretty badass. He just has great action set pieces in here. It really made you feel like you are in this World War I time period. The way Matthew Vaughn brings you into these sequences in here. There's a lot of World War I, 1917 meets Wonder Woman, World War I battle sequences in here that makes you feel like, oh, I'm getting into the battle. I would say the biggest issue is the script. The script doesn't know what it wants to be. I felt like this movie kind of failed at being a prequel for the Kingsman series. Like, we didn't really get that magic and that swag and that manners maketh man iconicness into this Kingsman prequel. Like, I didn't feel like I was watching a prequel to the Kingsman series. While it does have a lot of great odds to the series, a lot of great references, I just didn't feel the magic watching this movie. A lot of the movie centers around Ralph Fiennes and his son, Conrad, who I kind of thought was bland in here. No hate towards Harrison Dickinson. I think he seems like a very fine, promising, upcoming actor, but I just didn't really feel that invested in Conrad, the young son in here. And maybe it's just because the way he was written, it made it focus on he's the future of whatever they're trying to do. Like, what were they trying to do in this movie? It really focuses on a lot of these bad guy characters, these tyrants in U.S. history or whatever. You got Rasputin, who's played by Rhys Ifans. He was really over the top. You have Daniel Bruhl thrown into the mix, this Russian guy, these German people. Like, what were they trying to do? And I felt like I was trying to question what was going on. What was the point of this? What was the point of this sequence? It kind of feels like Matthew Vaughn is making you say, hey, turn your brain off, really enjoy some badass action, and accept that it is a prequel to the Kingsman series, when I'm questioning the whole time what really is the point to this story and how is it setting up what's to come from the other Kingsman installments. While the pacing isn't as insufferable as the sequel, Kingsman the Golden Circle, I did kind of feel that 2 hour and 11-minute runtime, unfortunately. That's just because the story is so uninteresting, but it kind of makes up for it in the awesome third act with the action. Before I give you guys my final overall thoughts and grade for the Kingsman, if this is your guys' first time on the channel and you like this review, definitely give it a thumbs up and consider clicking that subscribe button for weekly reviews, rankings, and live Q&As. I talk lots of movie content on here, and you're not going to want to miss what's coming out on the channel. I thought the prequel, The Kingsman, was okay. It was fine. I enjoyed some of the action, but the story's not the greatest. Matthew Vaughn did a solid job of bringing us into classic World War I-isms, but not really doing a good job of making a prequel for a Kingsman series. On my rating scale, I'm going to give The Kingsman a C. There you have it, guys. That was my thoughts on The Kingsman. What did you guys think of this movie? Did you love it? Think it was okay, or did you absolutely hate it? Let's discuss it in the comments. So much content coming out for you guys. Look forward to my Matrix Resurrections review tomorrow. I'm very curious to check that one out. You guys are seriously all the best. All my social media links are in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!